किस्म ज़ियारा लाई मज़कारा
किया मिलाई रखना
किस्म ज़ियारा लाई मज़कारा लगियां निभाए रखना। ये पंचलाइन शो के पहले सोचा था कि अभी सोचा बीच में?
नहीं अभी सोचा
है then not bad. Thank you. And she saw me and she thought that like this guy is so stuck up, and when he sits he's always sitting like this and he's looking around like this. And you know, I realized that this Reggie guy is so far away from who I am. I might feel that too, but I'll act a bit like, you know, nonchalant. Nonchalant.
very Gen Z of you.
Nonchalant about it. They asked me what breadcrumbing is.
Yeah.
You guys are all like, I had no idea what it was. And Imtiaz sir is like, wait, let me tell you. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Tell me why.
Yup.
Now number 5. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Casually Obsessed. We are back again with another season, and this season is going to be even more interesting, and I think वो आपको पता चल ही जाएगा with the guest who is sitting just next to me, who has very swiftly made his way into the hearts of the Indian audience, especially us girls. The one and the only Vedang Rena.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
It is honestly all our pleasure, and this is Casually Obsessed. Okay, we talk about all things that is, being talked about everywhere. It's
on
like
the internet, social media,
movies, TV shows, everything. So we are movie buffs. to
Oh,
begin
great.
with.
Even I am.
Oh, lovely.
course.
Of course. So उसी चीज के बारे में बात करते हुए, something that is talked a lot about is the fact that love remains, it keeps on changing, but it's still the sense remains sort of the same. जैसे कि love आजकल में भी ये इसी बारे में बात हुई थी that even though generations बदल जाती हैं, but the idea, the entire concept of love, longing, yearning, as the Gen Zs call it, it remains the same. And that is somewhat the background of your upcoming film, Main Wapas Aunga. So tell us, how do you think the idea of romance, the idea of love has changed from the time of Main Wapas Aunga, which is based on the timing of the partition?
So Gen
To-
Xers.
Yeah.
And
Gen Xers and Gen Zs.
from from
exactly.
Gen Xers to Gen Zs, how do you think the idea
Changed.
of love has changed?
I think mainly it has to do with the language of the love and everything around it in terms of the communication. Because now we're in the generation of Instagram and social media
Yes.
and WhatsApp, and
Yes.
communication is much easier. Also, human contact is much easier. There's more access. I think at that time there was limited access. So it changed everything surrounding your love. So it used to be more of like catching a glimpse of somebody, or maybe meeting them once and thinking about them for a week, and then not having anything. You probably write a letter and send it, but you're waiting for a response, and that the longing aspect of it was a lot more prominent. Now if you lose touch with the person for a day, you're like, "Matlab, why aren't they texting me? Is something wrong?
Have
Like,
I been
what's-
ghosted?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's going on? Like a single take or
Yes.
whatever it's called.
Exactly.
It freaks you out. And at that time, it was, this is
For
not
months
not
and
the
months,
case.
you just waited for a
Yeah,
letter.
it could be months. Yeah, exactly.
But how do you think Gen Zs are doing things differently when it comes to romance and love and yearning?
Like I said, so communication is now different. It's also more open. I think we're more open about our feelings.
Are we?
I'd say
Maybe
compared
he is.
to,
Honestly,
you know what, I'm probably,
I'd like
I
to
consider
believe
myself,
that you are.
I consider myself the outlier. I think
Okay.
I am not like that. However, if you compare it to like the generations before us, I mean, I think we're better. I think we're better in communicating what we want.
Yeah, that's true.
We're better in communicating our needs. We're better in communicating what we feel about other people. पहले तो वो भी नहीं होता था. पहले तो we used to be very afraid to, talk
Yeah.
about these things, and they used to be taboo topics. And now at least people are more open and willing to have
Are
those
they?
conversations.
I don't think people are open.
I
They're
mean,
trying
I
to
think it's a
protect
I
them.
mean, yeah, like a concept like open relationships are a thing now. I
Oh.
don't think this was a thing, at that time. So the fact that this exists means that people are like more communicative about what they want and what they desire.
Yeah, they're upfront
And boundaries
about
are now permeable and malleable.
On
That is
that
true.
note, should we check his general knowledge on whether he knows certain terms, Gen Z terms?
Yeah, why
I'm
not? Let's
so
go for
bad at
it.
this. Every time I do this. You know who
Because
beats me? Fun fact.
Yeah.
You know who beats me at this?
Who?
Imtiaz sir.
Really?
Don't tell me,
Of course.
seriously.
Yes, yes.
Of
There was
course.
something
I'm
similar
not
I did.
surprised.
Something similar I did in an interview, and they asked me what breadcrumbing is.
Yeah.
You guys are all like, I had no idea what it was. And Imtiaz sir is like, wait, let me tell you. And I'm like, how do you know about this? And he said that I'm very in touch with whatever you guys
He's
are up to.
spending more time on the
See,
internet.
I get a lot of
Maybe.
flack from both of them, even though I am officially a Gen Z. Both of them say that no, I am a millennial because I'm a 98 born.
Is
And
that- is that the-
97 is the cutoff.
Yeah, so yeah, you're Gen Z.
So I consider myself a Gen Z. Now, okay, I don't know what questions they have prepared, so let's have a competition. Let's see who is more Gen Z.
All right.
Okay, let's
go
do
for
it.
Go for it.
So first, let me ask you: do you know what is puffer fishing?
Never have I heard this in my entire life.
Take a guess. What could be puffer fishing?
Puffer fishing. Puffer fishing is that poisonous fish that becomes bigger in size, no? Correct?
Your guess is as good as mine. Even I
So
can
what does
answer.
it mean?
Niharika, come on. We already told you before this.
Yeah, and I still can't remember. Okay, wait.
I can't
Is
even
it
guess.
something like breadcrumbing only, like keeping someone as a backup of sorts?
No.
Okay.
Okay, Shruti, tell them.
So it's when someone appears emotionally invested, but at first, but then they start to pull away when they feel that the relationship is getting emotional.
Oh, okay.
So
And
why
there
puffer fishing? Where does this come from? What does it even mean?
Aishwarya, please.
You know what? Let me
It's just
say one
this
thing. Okay,
internet-
I really want to say one thing. Firstly, I feel like half these Gen Z terms, like nobody really uses it. Okay, I consider myself fully Gen Z, okay,
Yeah.
because I'm from this generation and I talk to other people from the same generation as me, and nobody has ever said puffer fishing. I've never heard this. I feel like this is some like previous generations like perception of what Gen Z must be saying. Or एक दो बार उन्होंने सुना है and they're like, oh, this is a
To
Gen Z
some
word.
extent, I think.
But it's not a Gen Z word.
I
Is
think
puffer fishing really a Gen Z?
mostly things like ghosting, gaslighting,
Yeah, that's okay.
breadcrumbing also to some extent.
And there's
ये
this
ज़्यादा-
wildflowering.
What?
is that?
Yes.
What is wildflowering? I've
All
never
I know
heard
is
this.
clock it.
Not-
मुझे तो नहीं
This
पता
is
है.
तो this is तो not even Gen Z. तो what's the new one? Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
Yeah, this
Gen
is
Alpha.
clocking
Clock
has
it.
become.
I learned this recently.
Okay, next.
Yeah, wild. What was it?
Yeah, wildflower.
Wildflowering.
Basically, it means what does it mean? Yeah, taking things slowly and not stressing over
ठीक है.
the
Okay,
partner's
this kind
behavior
of makes sense because
and
wildflower
allowing the
technically.
relationship to unfold naturally.
I think
That's
this
what it
makes sense
means.
because
Yeah.
wildflower technically means something that grows in the background and is observing
Yeah.
everything that's happening. So maybe in that
हाँ,
sense.
puffer fishing का तो logic भी समझ में नहीं आया.
There is one more on the list known as pet fishing.
Oh, I know this one. Do you?
I know cat fishing.
Okay,
but
think
look
on
at-
those terms. Think on those terms.
Cat and pet, yes.
Okay, I think I can guess what this is. It's like
Yeah.
using your pet to like fish for a
Yeah.
for the other gender.
Yes,
On that
yes.
note, have you ever been on a dating app?
Never been on a dating app.
Really?
Never been on a dating app.
How is that possible?
I've never been on a dating app. I've seen other people use it, and I was like, even I want to try.
Have you
So-
ever helped a friend, swipe on
Yes,
people?
that I've done, fully done, because I wanted to see
And
how
set up their
these
profile
other,
maybe.
not setting up the profile, but I've seen. I was like curious, like how does it work? Like what does this swipe left right actually mean? So I've seen it, and I'm like, let me do it for you.
I mean, talking about marriage also, the entire idea, the entire concept of marriage has changed a lot. Like you talked about open marriages, even a concept like open marriages sort of exists in today's time. So, how do you think people like us, our age people, जिनका अब वो time आ गया जहाँ you get to hear तुम्हारा number अगला है because Indian aunties have no chill. So, how do you think people our age have? What kind of perception do they have about marriage?
Well, I don't know. I think what I'd see marriage as is something that is a very big life decision. It's a permanent life decision, and it's something you're getting in willingly and getting in with love and with that intention of love. Now, I don't know what the general perception of this generation is. And actually, more than that, what's important is what the generations before us think the perception of this generation is of marriage. I mean, for example, open marriages is a concept that might exist, but I don't think it's very common. Like, I can't imagine it's very common. So, yeah, I mean, outliers are always there.
On that note, do you think Ross and Rachel were on a break?
Ross and Rachel were on a break. Oh god, it's a tricky one. The thing is, I've seen Friends, but I haven't like followed Friends like that. So I like, you know what? Like I've always seen. So my cousin's sister used to watch Friends when I was really young, and I used to watch with her, but I wasn't following it like a series. I've seen so many episodes, but never seen
Bits and
it.
pieces.
Yeah, bits
Yeah.
and pieces. So I don't really know. Like it's still fun, right? But I don't know the exact storyline per se. And the thing is, I've watched so many episodes. I'm like, I'm starting से कौन देखेगा? मतलब
But is there any comfort show that you go back to?
oh, comfort show for a long time used to be Office.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
The Office.
Even though I never finished Office either, but I kept going back to like the earlier seasons because after Michael Scott leaves, like
It's not, yeah.
I heard it's not good, so I never watched after that.
That was a good decision because I kept on watching. I mean, the finale is beautiful, the ending is great, but once Michael Scott leaves, it's like
Yeah.
it's really
I never
not
watched
not
that
good.
show.
You have to give it a try. You have to get
It
through
takes
season
time.
1. It takes
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Get through
exactly.
season 1, and then season 2 you'll feel like okay.
Season
yeah, now I'm
one
getting
is
this humor.
slow and sort of boring. Season 2 really picks
And
up.
the
then
humor is
you're
really
like-
unique. Like you need to kind of get used to it.
I mean, there's this entire scene about this one, Devil Wears Prada. So at one point, Michael Scott is obsessed with Devil Wears Prada, and
Is he?
Yeah, and he
Oh, wow.
basically he tries to be Miranda Priestley. He enters the reception and throws his coat on Pam and just orders, I don't know, call Jen, and then goes inside. The
Dude,
next day
he's
he
the funniest guy.
I
Yeah.
know.
He
Next
is
day he's
so
watched the movie. He comes back and he's like, he comes to Pam and he's like, so Miranda was the devil. She was the bad guy. I'm sorry. And then he leaves.
Okay, coming back to safer waters, Reggie, Ankur, or Kino, who are you more like?
Oh, Reggie, Ankur, or Kino. I think I'm actually technically the most like Ankur.
Okay.
Uh,
In what aspects?
I think he's like a boy just like me. I felt like a lot of similarities to him. You know, he's like had a very regular upbringing. He was good in his studies. These are aspects we didn't really get into with the character, but like he was good in his studies. He was a student of computer science. I never did computer science, but I was very interested in science. And you know, like a regular boy who loves his sister, is a family-oriented guy, is good at sports. I consider myself half decent at sports. So stuff like that. And just as a personality, he was very much close to who I am. Reggie is completely different, and so is Kino.
You spoke about sports. What do you play? What game do you enjoy?
I think football is my number one sport. It's the one I watch all the time, even though I don't play as much anymore. But it was like the one sport that I properly
Did
play.
you follow a club or a certain
yeah, yeah.
player?
Oh yeah, I follow it till date. I'm the biggest, like I'm a proper hardcore football guy, and I'm a big Barcelona fan. Huge Barca fan. It started with Messi. Started with my love for Messi.
For my brother too.
Yeah.
But like you talked about that there are certain aspects of maybe Ankur that the entire story didn't really go into, but you as a person know that, you know, that is a background for that character. So what is your process like, you know, of getting into an entire character? Because it's like getting into a new personality.
Yeah.
So what is it like for you?
It's the most fun part for me. Like it's the 2-3 months of pre-production before getting into shoot where you're discovering and you keep discovering things. And what happens is you talk to the writer about it. In my case, right now, Imtiaz sir is the writer and the director of the film, and you get to talk to the writer about what he was thinking when he was writing this character, what image he had in mind. That helps a lot. And then after that, it's like you have certain things in your script. Your bound script, you know, okay, this character behaves a certain way with certain people through the scenes you read, and then it's the most fun part to create your own, you know, history. Like, what is this? What must he be doing at night, and what does he wake up and do, and what does he like to think about, and what dream would he have had last night, and things like that. You know, you kind of just intellectualize it and kind of start processing things like that, and what his childhood must have been, what's his relationship with his parents. Maybe it's not important to the film at all, but these kind of things just help you understand the character that you're going to play better. And what I realized, there was a point where I thought this is all effort that goes to waste, because what is the point? मतलब आपको जाके scene करना है, and the lines that you have are the lines that you have, but these things really make a difference. And I felt like the more workshops I did, more scene work I did, I realized that just creating your own, like it's all in your subconscious without you realizing, and it all adds a layer and adds some sort of a difference to your performance.
For the time period that you're working on a role, do you find that your personality also shifts?
Yes.
This is an interesting
Yes.
anecdote if you have, where your
Yeah.
friends are like,
Yes,
What?
yes. In fact, Naz, I don't know where she is. So Naz is my. Look at how she's surprised. She's my manager, okay. And when I was shooting for the Archies, she was not in the capacity of my manager at that time, but she had attended set for something else, and she saw me and she thought that like this guy's so stuck up, and when he sits, he's always sitting like this and he's looking around like this. And you know, I realized that this Reggie guy is so far away from who I am. Okay, like the furthest away from who I am, and the way I used to sit, the way I used to have, like, you know, sit upright or like have a certain body language, and I didn't realize this. And you know, I guess you're just so consumed by this one thing that you're doing for like 3, 4, 5 months at a stretch that somehow something about you changes. And in fact, I feel like every character that I'll play will change something about me as a person, and after that, I'll never be the same also. Which is such an interesting thing for an actor.
what do you take from Keanu? If you
Oh.
could, yeah.
To be shameless about his feelings, like to be like so open about it. I mean, he is a guy who has his heart on his sleeve, wears his heart on his sleeve. I feel like I'm the exact opposite of that. If you ask me a question, I'll think about it, process it, intellectualize it, and then respond. Keanu is the type of guy, कुछ feel करता है बोल देता है और फिर regret करता है. Oh shit, यार मैंने बोल दिया.
We all know that person.
You know, like he's that kind of a guy, and he's like he can't control his emotion. Like if he's feeling nervous around a girl, you know, I might feel that too, but I'll act a bit like, you know,
Like
nonchalant.
Yeah.
Nonchalant.
Very, very Gen Z of you.
Nonchalant about it.
Yes.
Very
I would-
Gen Z of you.
Exactly. And but like Keanu wouldn't. Like Keanu would not be able to, like, you know,
Hide his
Yeah.
nervousness.
Yeah,
Which I
can't
feel
do
is
that.
so cute.
I think that's the enduring quality about him, and it's not like I'll become like that, I feel, but I can take away that aspect of him that कि अच्छी बात है, कभी-कभी होना
You can
चाहिए.
be a little chalant sometimes.
Chalant, yes. Chalant is not a real word. I'm like
I don't-
convinced it's not a real word.
I mean, I think
She's
it
coined
has-
it now. It's a Nihal
Actually,
Faiza.
I'd like to believe that.
I learned a new word, doppelganger.
What is
I've
doppelganger?
only
It's like
heard doppelganger.
I know
doppelganger.
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 What is doppelganger?
When you're insulting somebody, like
Oh.
you're Shah Rukh Khan's doppelganger.
Oh
You
God.
don't look like him at all, yeah.
So basically,
Like you look like him, but you look like a worse version of him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Temu version.
Would you like to be remembered as Vedang the actor or Vedang the singer?
Vedang the artist.
Oh.
But you know, artist
Which
was
side
not
of
there.
you?
Yeah.
Not an
I
option.
can't choose. I've come to a point where I really can't choose. And I feel like I keep fluctuating between these two things. And it started with music. And because it started with music and that was like the more substantial part of my like growing up, I always feel like music is the one like true love. But now I really feel so passionate and strongly about acting. Like I don't take this as that acha main acting kar raha hu bas. I really take a deep interest in it. I really care about it and I love doing it. And if you had to make me choose, I don't know. I don't know what I'd choose. So I really want to do both and pursue them like diligently.
How was music like a part of you and your life growing up?
Oh, from like as long as I can remember, I think it started with the tabla.
Oh wow.
That's the first
amazing.
instrument I learned, and that was because my parents wanted me to learn the tabla. And I had a pandit ji, and like we used to properly train in the morning, or you know, the whole thing, like breaking the coconut, all of that I've done. And I've gone to a mandir, performed there. Till one day there was a.
all those examinations and everything?
तो वो मैंने नहीं किया, no. But for this is like a different thing. Like tabla ka, it's like you have a pandit ji and you perform at a mandir, and that's your like first thing, and you get a
Okay, okay.
He
certificate.
was saying one day.
So one day there was a PTA, like a parent teacher thing, okay, in my school, and this girl who was in my class, she was there, and this must have been the 5th grade. So yeah, I was like 9-10 years old, and this girl came, and like her parents were there and my parents were there, and they were talking, and the girl went, "Ki Vitang, you play the guitar?" I said, "No, I don't play the guitar." And my mom or my dad must have said, "No, he plays the tabla." And then the girl just looked at me like, "Tabla?" And then she just walked away.
Oh God.
Okay. And I was just like, that broke my heart. And it's not even like I liked the girl or had a crush on her or anything, but I was just like, why? Like,
Yeah, why would you do
so
that?
should I be learning the guitar? Like, is that what the girls like? So,
And you learn guitar.
Yeah, so
She might be
Was
watching
that
this.
was
Audible
that
now.
your was that your what do you call it? Evil origin story.
evil to nahi kahunga, but this
Origin
does sound
story.
like
Origin story.
it does sound like Jordan from Rockstar. Ke, Dil toota aur guitar bana liya, you know? But yeah, so basically I thought that okay, maybe guitar is the cooler. I was a kid, yeah, so I thought guitar is a cooler thing to learn. ठीक है, तो I told my mama कि तबला नहीं हो रहा है, like I don't want to do this. Get me a guitar. And it started with like YouTube and all. Then I got a guitar trainer, and then I got pretty like decent at it pretty quickly. मैंने 5-6 chords सीख लिए थे, काफी सारे गाने मैं बजा लेता था, and I used to hum, but I wasn't much into singing then. I've really gone very in depth. Anyway, so then I made it.
We love that.
Yeah, so then I
We
started
are
with the
also
guitar. Then I made it to the school band somehow in the first year of me learning the guitar because it was like the 5th grade or something. And then I was in the school band where all the 10th graders were there and I was one guitarist. Like it was bizarre. So I started hanging out with them and then
So were you a part of that popular, cool band?
I was, I can't lie. So didn't not as early as the 5th grade, but like by the 8th, 9th, 10th grade, I had become one of those like, oh, he's like the guitarist.
Did you have like what was the name of your band? Did
No, we didn't have like it was a school
It was
band.
a school band,
So
yeah.
basically the school band that used to go perform at inter-school, inter-college, and then 11th, 12th I took it more seriously. So we were going at all the inter-college fests and stuff like that. And I was very interested in it by now. I started singing also, and I went to all these open mic things and like खुद अकेले जाके मतलब I used to play and sing. Gigs भी नहीं, like open mic, everyone used to come perform like. So I used to I started doing that. I don't even know why. I just liked doing it, and there was no outcome or nothing.
What kind of music you personally enjoy? Are you A.R. Rahman?
Of course,
I love A.R.
music
Rahman.
of-
Yeah.
That was an
But I
Or you
really
go
love-
to the Beatles. To,
Oh, Beatles. The thing is, my music choices are very varied. Like I can't. When people ask me what genre I listen to, I really don't have an answer to that because I listen to everything. Like I was exposed to some great artists when I was young. Like I was listening to Pink Floyd when I was like 11 years old.
Oh wow.
And then I transitioned into like John Mayer and then Coldplay and then like Justin Bieber and then like all the Bollywood music, all of it. Even Rahman's albums, like I remember like some album ki CDs I used to have and I used to listen to those albums all the time, like Jodha Akbar's album for
Yeah.
example.
Oh yeah.
So those are like my
Classic.
growing up, yeah. So I was like listening to everything, like Hindustani classical and then like R&B, hardcore R&B or like jazz. Like I really love jazz music. So
think
I don't know what
get that, yeah.
I really don't know what my favorite music is.
I think I get that. I mean, when a similar
That is
question.
the beautiful
yeah,
thing about music.
exactly.
now.
A friend of mine had asked me like years back, and then I was like, yeah, matlab, I can listen to something like oh ho 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 to immediately transition into we were once young and
Yeah,
I was
first
for
song.
you. Like from a typical hardcore Punjabi to Taylor Swift, like
Yeah,
this.
because we as Indians, like we have a very unique music
Yeah.
like style, right? Hindustani classical or like Bollywood music is very unique.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. But we're also now exposed to all the music around the world. And so we end up having like this like really
Mixed
crazy,
genre.
yeah.
Also, I think it's because of the internet how beautiful it's
Yeah.
bringing back the classics.
Exactly.
Be it Pakistani music or.
I
any
mean, I
kind of
got
music.
introduced to Backstreet Boys through Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the
But
show.
have you seen that?
I have
show?
seen that. There was some like that song, na?
Yeah,
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Tell me why.
Yup.
Now number 5. I never wanna hear you say. I'm sorry. I am
Not
just
bad,
a
not
Jake
bad.
Peralta fan, so yeah. फिसल जाती हूँ कभी कभी.
So when you were preparing for Kinu, did you have a music track that helped you get into the
Yeah,
character?
yeah, I did.
Could you share it with us? A couple
Yeah,
of
you know what?
songs.
I might just have it on me right now.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is
Wow.
kind of interesting, and I'm very like passionate about this. So
Yeah,
I'm excited you asked me. So I always make a playlist for
different characters.
yeah, and I've happened to have 3 characters. So it's
Yeah.
so this one's just called Kino, and it maybe has like 15-20 songs, and this is very well researched. So this is music from 47. or like before that time. So something that Kino would actually be listening to at that time. And I found that as an exciting thing to like go into, just understand what kind of music this guy must be listening to or exposed to or must be listening to on the radio. And a lot of like English music and jazz music had come in. Frank Sinatra had just come in.
Oh yeah.
So like a young American guy has kind of become famous, and that music has been exposed to India.
Yes.
And also that there was such a British influence. So we were very Western, like in a lot of sense. You know, in 1947, pre-partition, there was a lot of British influence on us. So we were listening to jazz music, and then we were listening to Alam Lohar. We were listening to Kundan Sehgal, and all that started.
No, Naina, what?
Yeah, and these are like original songs that you'd be this one, like a lot of crazy stuff. But also, you know, Bing Crosby, like insane mix of music, which kind of is what you listen to on a track in our film. It's called Ishq Mastana. It's, you know, it's a really crazy fusion, like which is not easily digestible, I feel, but I think it's Rahman sir at his finest. Like it's Punjabi folk with some crazy jazz. Like it's the most amazing. You guys should listen to that track, and you know that's kind of representative of that time also. Like jazz music had just started coming up and was popular.
And do you think Kino would have had a similar playlist if he had Spotify back then?
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably Kino's
That is
Spotify
probably
playlist.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Top 3 songs, because people won't be able to see this.
Yeah,
but,
but
the
you
top
are not
3,
as
yes.
lucky as us. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
From this list,
Yes.
oh, I love Swinging on a Star, Night and Day by Frank Sinatra. There's Artie Shaw. Oh God, these songs, like it just reminds me of my time of like shoot. Jugni Alam Lohar.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and I think there's a remake of this song now. There's some version of this song now. I think these are my top 3.
Wonderful. So Shruti here is a wonderful singer.
I
and-
am
and we
not,
would like,
but
she will
yeah.
accompany you. So
Any
Yeah,
song that you
song.
would like to, you know?
I really want to sing Mascara because I cannot
Oh yeah,
stop.
you know the
humming.
song?
Yes.
Please go for it.
We are all obsessed with it. It's just that only one of us can actually sing it.
Yes. Niharika already gave you a
Yeah,
audition.
and it's really bad.
So will you pass?
She just sang a whole Backstreet Boys song, yeah.
Is she going to be your co-singer in the next?
That's not for me to answer, it's for Rahman sir to answer. So maybe
I,
you should-
I like your answer, and I'm damn sure your answer will be like, "Beta, आगे चलो."
Okay, so Vedang, you're a wonderful singer, and Shruti also loves singing, and she's been humming your songs since morning. So why don't both of you do a duet?
Mascara.
Yeah, Mascara.
I mean, of course,
Please
it has
go
to be
ahead.
mascara.
किस्म से यारा लाई मस्कारा अखियां मिलाए रखना किस्म से यारा लाई मस्कारा लगियां रहेंगे यूं ही हो मेरिया किस्म से यारा लाई मस्कारा अखियां मिलाए रखना
Superb.
It's your turn now. मेरी जा मेरी हाँ ना 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 ना
मेरी जान, मेरी हाँ. Go.
I forgot the lyrics. किस्म से यारा लाई मस्कारा अखियां मिलाए रखना
किस्म ज़ियारा लाई मस्कारा लगियां निभाए रखना. मेरा वाला पार्ट.
Yes.
कहाँ से हो लाई ऐसी शोख अदाएं तुम्हीं से बनी है ये तुम्हीं को बनाए झूठे बहानों से चाहते जताए बाज ना आए जी बाज ना आए.
Woohoo! Yay!
Very talented.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Vedang,
Very challenging. True. लेकिन अब मैं ना इस गाने के साथ मैं ऑटो पायलट में चलता हूँ. लाइक कुछ आई वाज लाइक कुछ सरप्राइज हो जाऊँ, कुछ डिफरेंट की मिल जाए, कुछ हो जाए. इट्स लाइक एनी टाइम समवन सेज सिंग स्टार्ट सिंगिंग अ सॉन्ग, हाँ कहाँ से हो It's like, you know, I'm also trying to surprise myself. I'm like कुछ माइकल जैक्सन गाते हैं या कुछ और करते हैं. But yeah, thank you for singing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
So, Vedant, talking about singing, talking about music, who is your dream, singer that you want to collab with at some point in time?
Oh, dream singer. I think, yeah, dream artist would probably be John Mayer. John Mayer is probably number one. Number two would be, oh God, Diljit Dosanjh.
Ah, you
That would be a
are.
dream.
I mean, not in a singing manner.
Yeah, in
at
the
least,
film,
but
yes,
yeah.
but to collaborate on a song, that would be a dream come true.
Ah, definitely, definitely. And now coming back to the film, of course, because we mentioned Diljit Dosanjh, you are working with Imtiaz Ali. You have worked with Imtiaz Ali on the movie. How was it like? What was it like?
I mean, it's a dream come true. Sometimes I have to remind myself that this has actually happened. This couple of days ago, I was at the Atari post with Rahman sir, Mohit Chauhan sir, and Imtiaz sir, and they're all three there, and I'm just like there. And I'm thinking, what is going on? I mean, how am I here, and what is life? So working with Imtiaz sir is the same thing. I mean, I couldn't process it for the longest time, but I was so committed to doing my job and doing it well, and I was so consumed by the character that only after the film kind of ended मुझे realize हुआ कि यार मैंने इम्तियाज अली की film कर ली है. And when we saw the teaser and the trailer and it says starring so and directed by Imtiaz sir, I was just like, this is crazy, this is
Which
bizarre.
of his film is your favorite?
Which film is my favorite? It's a very not so common answer, I feel, but I think it's become Chamkila.
Yeah, it is a good
I think Chamkila is my number one. Rockstar is probably number two.
Yeah.
Then
Tamasha.
Tamasha probably number 4 for me. I think Jab We Met number 3,
Yeah.
and then Tamasha.
And now that you mentioned so many movies, so I'll ask you just a couple of questions based on that. So, if your life was to be described by a Bollywood movie's title, what would it be?
I love this question,
Great
Niharika.
question.
You can take a moment. It's a
Jab
it's a
tak
thinker.
Jab tak hai jahan.
Oh,
Good one.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. One habit of yours that your fans cannot guess.
One habit of mine, fans cannot guess. They may be able to guess, but I'm a night owl. I sleep very late and I also wake up very late. This is a
Same.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Join
not
the club.
I'm
Join
not
the
proud
club.
of it. I'm handshaking right
Oh,
now.
likewise.
But I'm not
Likewise.
proud of it. I really want to change this thing about me.
I'm not on this
My
ship.
mother will be the happiest
I'm
woman on earth
glad.
the day I change this
Yeah,
about myself.
this is like my goal of 2026. That before the year, I'm in a good routine.
Proper sleeping cycle. Yeah, I think that's a very Gen Z thing again. Right. And what song is currently constantly stuck in your mind and it cannot be mascara?
You know what? Human Nature by Michael Jackson. Because after the film, it's like all over my reels and everyone's singing it and everyone's making covers on it or dancing on it, and I'm like, that's crazy how Michael Jackson is trending.
Back again.
He's back on the charts. How crazy is that? He's probably number 3 or 4 on the charts, which is just bizarre. So that it's Michael Jackson.
And have you watched the movie?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it recently.
How was it? How was
It's
your
like
experience?
it's like going for a concert. It's like going for a Michael Jackson concert. And
wow.
what a performance by forgetting his name, it's his nephew. Jafar Jamal. But
Right.
he is amazing. He is phenomenal. It's his voice that's singing it. He sounds exactly like Michael, moves like Michael, dances like him. So yeah, it was just a great experience. Nostalgia.
Right. A guilty pleasure TV show or a movie?
Yeah, I guess guilty pleasure. Office only, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Office.
And last one, what is your favorite movie of all times?
I can never choose one. Yaar. I can never choose
You can say
one.
two.
So I think number 1 would be Interstellar. I think I always say Interstellar. So I'm going to stick to that. Even though my top 5 could be interchangeable, but I'd say number 1 Interstellar.
See, apart from being a fellow night owl, what is your poison? Do you binge watch things? Do you keep
Is it
scrolling
social
through
media?
Instagram?
Is it-
What is your poison?
Do you watch
Is it
AI
doom
slop
scrolling?
videos? Yeah.
No, I'm not. This AI slop doesn't show up in my algorithm, touch wood, and now my phone is probably listened to me and it's going to show it to me now. But no, what keeps me, what I really believe, and this is a problem that I have, that I believe I get very creative at night. My creative juices are really flowing post 12 a.m. And I feel I get a lot of inspiration to either make some music or pen something down, some thoughts, or like watch a movie and like be in that kind of zone, or so what keeps me up could be many things, but usually it's something on the TV, or I'm gaming. I'm a gamer as well, so that could keep me up.
Definitely.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much, Vedant, for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us. It was
Thank you.
a lovely conversation. It was amazing having you on Casually Obsessed.
Yeah.
And now
wish
we are
you
all
the-
casually obsessed with you.
Oh,
And we wish you the
ये
best.
पंचलाइन शो के पहले सोचा था कि अभी सोचा बीच में?
नहीं अभी सोचा
अभी सोचा
अभी सोचा है, then not bad, not bad. not
Thank
bad
you.
at all. Thank you for having me.
Keep listening to and watching Casually Obsessed only on IE Plus, and you can listen to our podcast every week, every Saturday, only on Express Podcasts.